Welcome back to Minecraft. I did my whole spiel, but then I forgot that my little microphone wasn't down. Ugh, yep, I made that mistake. Anyway, I wanted to talk about my release, my next release that is coming out in 2025, next year. I don't have a definite date or season, but here we are. It's a adult high fantasy. I'm gonna call it a romantasy because the romance between the main two characters is integral to the plot. And if you took it out, like, it wouldn't be the same. It'd be missing a key part of the story. But there's also like plot happening too. It's my cheese. I have cheese cut up here beside me, and my dog is very interested in the plate. But the plot is also very important. Like, you can't take the plot out and just leave the romance, and it wouldn't be the same because they support each other. And that is my definition of what a romantasy is and how it differs from like just fantasy or romantic fantasy or romance or fantasy romance, which is romance with a little bit of fantasy in it. But anyway, so my 2025 adult romantasy is coming out sometime next year. Sometime in 2025. I don't really know. I mean, we haven't talked about specifics yet, which is both a blessing and a curse of being, published like I am with like the small author supported press, which we can take time off if we need to. It gives us a lot of leeway. But anyway, the book. It's been a book that's been sitting for a little bit. It's a standalone so far. If there is another book in the series, it will probably be one of those where like it's from like the perspective of like a different character. But it's about the main character has like magic, and like the world that it's set in is mostly fae, but they've lost their magic over the course of time because like the vampires that used to live in the same like part of the world like hunted down all the fae with magic to drain them of their blood. Wherein the story takes place, very few fae actually have magic still. They just have like, long lifespans and the pointed ears. The main character, Rin, she has magic, and her magic gives her control over blood. Convenient, I know. And she works for like a guild, and she tries to separate um herself from like the criminal aspect of the guild as much as possible, because she doesn't want that on her conscience, which it becomes a part later when she realizes that she can't really do that. But anyway, she gets caught sneaking into like the royal grounds, the castle grounds or whatever, in order to hunt like a rabbit pelt that's really rare because she needs money for medicine because her sister is sick. But she gets caught, blah blah blah, and meanwhile, in the castle, you have the prince, right? He's not like the crown prince. He's the crown prince is different guy, different character. But the main male character here, Zane, he's kind of like the moody prince that nobody really likes, right? He's kind of a jerk. But he's being pressured into finding a wife by his mother, who's very insistent on him getting married. And like the fae in this world are very concerned with like bloodlines and like keeping the fae pure and not marrying into like humans or anything, kind of that kind of thing. But Zane really doesn't care. He just doesn't really want to get married to like the snobbish women that like his mother's picking for him. And so when he goes to the throne room for like the daily listening of like the thing that people do. I'm selling this book really well, aren't I? But he goes to the throne room and like he's there when they bring Ren in for sentencing because she was caught hunting in like the King's Woods. And earlier in the book, Ren like meets Zane not knowing that he's a prince at like a tavern and like steals from him. Like she takes like his little coin purse. And there's a whole scene. But anyway, so he recognizes her as like the girl that stole his money, and she immediately recognizes him as the noble that she thought was just a noble, as the prince, and she's like, oh shit, he's gonna like point it out. Oh no. But then he's like, he steps forward, he stops like his father from like ordering her execution, which he's about to, or like he does, and he like, Zane like interrupts, and he's all like, hold on, this girl is my bride. She's the one I'm picking. I have chosen her. She's going to be my wife. And then the rest of the book is them trying to like not kill each other. And but of course they fall in love. Plot twist. Never saw that coming, did you? But then like there's vampires involved. There's a little bit of spice in it. Yeah. I'm not like a spicy author typically, but there's a little bit of spice in this one. But I'm excited for it to come out because it was a fun book to write, but it was also the book that has given me the most problems as far as premise goes. Because I rewrote like the premise of this book in an attempt to like write the outline to write the rest of the book, more so than I have ever written any other book that I have ever done. And that is including all the books that are like half thought out on my computer. Like I could not decide how I wanted the book to start and like how I wanted like the characters situated. Like I knew that there were going to be vampires and fae, but I didn't know like who was going to be in the castle and how the other one was going to get in there. One of the earlier outline drafts that I had was where instead of Rin being the outside character, like the criminal type character, she was the princess character. And then Zane was like this outside force that came in. Like he was the vampire hunter who came in, but then that changed. So now he is on the inside of the palace and she's the one on the outside because I don't know if you know this about me, but one of my very favorite tropes ever is the one where you have like the sassy criminal and then like the royal who's really like prim and proper have to work together somehow. And I really like those two types of like worlds colliding. Like Thief in the Castle has that same trope. You know, Juniper is the outside force, the thief that comes in, and then Reed is like the prim and proper squire who like they butt heads but then end up like working together and like falling in love. Then they hate each other later, but then they fall back in love. It's a whole thing. You can check that series out if you want to. Book one is free. But then Heart of Stone also kind of has that trope. It's not as straightforward as the others, but it's kind of the same trope. And then the Aladdin retelling that I did, Reaper and Zeniba also has that trope. He's the prince, and she's like the Aladdin character. Which, you know, looking back, Aladdin was my favorite Disney movie. And I say this because it reminds me of a TikTok that I saw where someone was pointing out that like all of the readers who really like the Beauty and the Beast retellings, their favorite movie growing up was Beauty and the Beast. And like I liked Beauty and the Beast, but wasn't my favorite. Aladdin was my favorite. And my favorite tropes are like of the sassy thieves with big hearts who have to work with royals to solve a big problem. And, you know, Aladdin, if you for some reason have no idea the plot of Aladdin, he's the thief who falls in love with the princess. And they save the day. and there's magic involved. It's fun. You should watch it. I highly recommend. Where was I going with that thought? I was going somewhere with that thought and I got distracted. I might watch Aladdin later. Get your popcorn. Ooh, hot chocolate. I made my own hot chocolate. Like I make like a mix. It's good. A little spicy, a little sweet. I put Nesquik in it. It's a secret ingredient. Don't tell anybody. But this book that's coming out next year, 2025. The working title right now is Bloodied Crown. I played with like the words a while, and that's just the one that stuck, so that's just the one I'm going with. But I am really excited to finally get it out and like be able to market a standalone title with all of the information that I have now in regards to marketing. It's like when Stars and Bones came out back in the year of 2019, when I was young and very didn't know what I was doing. Those were words that just came out of my mouth. When I was a less experienced author, there we go. That's what I meant. That's not the words that came out of my mouth. I don't know. And I didn't really know how to market or where to market, how much I should pay for marketing. It was all new. And I've since learned a lot about marketing. And I've only published books in like the Stars and Bones or like Heart of Stone. So I'm looking forward in a weird way to testing out all of the things that I know now that I didn't know then. And like, can I get Bloodied Crown I almost said red banner, an orange banner on Amazon? Is that something that I can do? I mean, I think so, yes, because bestseller banners aren't something that just magically happen on their own with no assistance. There's a lot of work involved. Oh, I didn't want to pick up the redstone. I even thought about that when I saw it. I'm like, don't pick that up. And then I like went toward it. But my plan for Bloodied Crown is I want to do like some sprayed edges. And I've been playing with sprayed edges now that I think I can do them on my own. Do like something just like a simple design on the side, even if it's just spray paint the edges like red, like blood red, because vampires, and like do some glitter or something, like some glitter paint or some metallic paint, metallic red or something. I don't know. I'll figure out a design, all right? Or if I don't, I will pay someone else with more skill and more machinery and more time to do it for me. Okay, my inventory is full. But then also, let me just get this diamond now that ooh, just got a place in my inventory for diamonds. Now, okay, let me just doop, and then I will just take all these up here. But in addition to having like a sprayed edge edition, I want to put them for sale on like my site or something, but then have like a little bundle that goes with it. So it's not just the book, but it's also like Enderman just putting weird grass blocks in weird places, and I don't appreciate it. I don't have any room in my inventory for that grass block, so it doesn't matter. But in addition to just having like the book with sprayed edges for sale, I want to do like a little bundle that includes like a mug that has like the same design on it and like a custom bookmark. Also for like that's Bloodied Crown themed, because we did custom bookmarks for Thief in the Castle. I still have those, and I will probably, because I was gonna do book boxes, but those are just there's so much work and there's so little coming in from your investment, whatever that's called. I'm not getting back what I'm putting into it. Like I put in so much work and money so far, and it's just I'm not seeing enough coming in. No, Suze, that's my cheese. No. If I don't eat it all, I'll give you some, but right now I'm eating it. It's mine. It's my cheese. But I'm also thinking of just putting the books for Heart of Stone that I have. Not Heart of Stone. Thief in the Castle and just putting like the bookish mugs that I got. Because like right now, all of this stuff is just sitting in the corner of my room and it's very annoying. Because now, like this time of year, I also have like a pile of Christmas presents in here, like not wrapped or anything, just like in the Amazon boxes still. So there's very little room to walk through my office right now because it's like one singular path to the door because I just have so much crap piled in here. It's not crap, it's stuff, but like I'm one of those people, I don't like clutter. Like dust, doesn't really bother me, but like clutter, it bothers me. I want all of these cups and bookmarks moved. So I'm thinking of just putting them on for sale on my site, just having like a sprayed edition copy of Thief in the Castle, and then having the cup and having the custom bookmark that you can just buy as like a little bundle. A lot easier to do than trying to hunt down like book people to send book boxes to. Suze, you're really encroaching on my foot space. How would you like to have a 60-pound dog sitting where your feet go and not giving you room to put your feet down? That's what I thought. Thank you for moving. It's very nice. Okay, such a chaos castle that I've built here. So be on the lookout for updates on Bloodied Crown. I'll post probably on here, but if you want to stay up to date, be like the first to know, definitely sign up for my newsletter. It's not very exciting. It's just me talking about things that I'm working on and books that I'm reading and books that I've read that I really liked right now. But the newsletter is definitely like the first place where I will like announce things and post links to like purchase things or sign up for things like giveaways. Oh, this would be the outside wall for this then. Hold on, I am miscalculating my placement of blocks here. It's fine. But anyway, so 2025, Bloodied Crown, Vampire, Fae, Adult, High Fantasy, Romance. It's not a fantasy romance. It is a romantasy. It is not a romance first and foremost. It has the perfect combination of romance and fantasy. Do I have a link to my newsletter on the channel? I don't know. To be completely honest, I don't know if I do or not. I'll post updates on here too. So like, you don't really have to sign up for the newsletter if you don't want to. I know how I feel about newsletters. I'm trying to be positive with my own newsletter. I'm really selling it, I know. Just like I sold you on my very articulated description of the book. It's much better than that, I hope. I have faith in my writing ability. There was a point where I didn't, and I do now. And like I've been told by the fellow author of mine who did the first pass edits that it was really good and that she wanted to continue reading, which for an author, I think that is one of the bestest compliments that you can give. That you couldn't stop reading, that you wanted to keep reading despite what time it was and despite what other chores or responsibilities you have. Coffee's already cold. Oh, curse you, winter. Alright, so stay tuned. Yes, I'm eating. What are you going to do about it? So stay tuned for more details on Bloodied Crown, or if I do any like giveaways or anything. I will probably do like a Goodreads giveaway. Maybe, probably. But I will definitely be like selling like special edition copies. Like separately, like through my own website. And I haven't decided if I want to do like a real fancy like special edition. Because like I don't feel that I have the readership to justify doing like a super fancy like limited run edition with like special cover and like inlays and that stuff. Because I love like those like special edition copies. And like, yes, there would be people who would just see the pretty cover and like the sprayed edges and be like, yes, I need that book regardless of what it is. But I don't know if I have the readership to back up like spending the thousands of dollars to get those special editions. You know what I mean? Like, would I make my money back on it, is what I'm saying. I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, I can always attempt to do a Kickstarter and see how many people are interested. Because that way, if I have a lot of people interested in doing the Kickstarter and they all back the Kickstarter, and it will essentially already be paid for, so I wouldn't have to shovel out the cash afterwards. Like, it would already be paid for, and everyone already gets the book that they paid for. But we'll see. We'll see once 2025 gets here and we start doing the publication process. Right now, we're on winter break. We're taking a nice break. I think we have a meeting on Monday. I'll have to check my calendar. I don't know. If they put it on Google Calendar, it's very convenient because I forget. Then my phone will remind me like the day of. I'm like, ooh, I have a meeting in 5 minutes. Oh, snap. That's fun to get that reminder. But anyway, stay tuned for more information on Bloodied Crown, where I'm going, where it's going, because I don't really know right now. We'll find out. I have some great ideas, but will they get fulfilled? I don't know. Stay tuned.